Hello everyone and welcome back to the Newcastle United save. Here you find us back with the league schedule after our last couple of episodes of cut away to cup games. But let me show you what's happened since the last time you were with us. So I believe the last game was the 3-0 victory against Tottenham, taking us through to the Carabao Cup final. After that we then played Norwich in the Premier League, which was away from home, and we had a rather disappointing 1-1 draw. As you can see, XG-wise, we were actually pretty level. We edged it very slightly, but not enough to deserve to win the game. We took the lead in the 45th minute, just before half-time, through Gabagol, assisted by Ryan Fraser. As you can see here, a long switch goes wide. Fraser gets to the byline, manages to squeeze a cross in, and somehow Gabby gets between the defence and taps it in. We then, later on in the 60th minute, had a red card for Edwards, which wasn't ideal. And then 1 minute later, from the resultant free kick, ball comes in, Zimmerman wins the header, it comes off the post and our goalkeeper, and Rudiaz taps it in. From then on, with only 10 men, we just clung on and got a draw, which is not the worst result when we had 10 men, but against bottom of the league, we would have hoped for more. We then played our second leg against West Brom in the FA Cup. We played a pretty strong team in this one, just to make sure we got through, although I probably regret doing that, to be honest, as our fixtures are really starting to clutter up. But anyway, we got a good result, 3-0 win. Just needed a bit more form and momentum after that draw. As you see here, Kraft does well, gets the byline, flicks the ball over, and Neres powers the ball in at the near post. You may have also noticed there that Saint-Maximin came in and had another brilliant game. He's come back from injury now, fresh and ready to perform. Second goal there then, scored by Niakate, and then in the final knock-ins of the game, Neres picks up the ball, runs to the byline and powers it across, and St Max is there, like he always is, to tap it in at the far post. So as you can see, we dominated the game, way more XG than them. They didn't really have many chances at all. And the final game was another away game and another draw, unfortunately, 2-2 with Southampton. This one really cut, because we were far, far better than them, but we just couldn't put them to bed for some reason, and it was very, very frustrating. We went 1-0 up, took the lead through Danny Olmo, assisted by Joe Willock. As you see, Willock picks the ball up here and is running onto the flank. The ball's then picked up by Fraser, who flicks it back to Willock, who cuts it really well back to Olmo. And that combination is working really, really well. Having Willock on get further forward like you saw in the last episode. I think I might have switched the midfielders over so the DLP is actually on the left rather than the right now. But yeah, that box-to-box midfield is working well. As you saw, they equalised there with a fantastic finish from James Ward-Prowse, and then he turns provider when they go 2-1 up, when he flings a corner in and Oriol Romeo heads the ball in. But we had just enough time to score a set piece of our own as Olmo pings the ball in. Niakate at the back post, for once not with his head, actually scores and pings the ball in. But you'll see that there was only one clear-cut chance in the game, which fell to us. Most of the stats are in our favour, and we should have beaten them, but we just couldn't do it, which is very frustrating. We are now... I thought we were ready for the game. Apologies. Yeah, we are drawing a few too many games if we want to win the league. At the start of the season, I thought a top 8 finish would have been good, maybe a push for Europe. Then it became thinking about pushing for top 4. But now we've been top of the league, and a few times we've been 6 or 9 points clear. You know, the league title is potentially there for us. But as we draw a few too many games, we're allowing Liverpool to catch us up, and as you can see, they're not far behind anymore. They're right on our tail. So this Leicester game is a home game. We've been really strong at home. And this should be one that we're winning, to be honest. But let's see how it goes. Just make a few team changes. I definitely want some Maximan starting, as he's probably our best player when he's fit. Hopefully he's kind of failing passing the fitness test, but with a warning. So hopefully he can do the business for us today, despite that. So let's have a quick fiddle around with some of these roles. As you can see, I've dropped Rice, as I said, down to on the left-hand side now rather than the right. Reason for that being that we needed that protection more on the left. I've gone back to an attacking fullback for now. But moving the box-to-box midfielder on the right actually was freeing him up a lot more. Where the winger on the left was dropping deep, him and the box-to-box were clashing every now and again as the box-to-box pushed forwards. However, I'm on the right, the winger on attack is hitting the byline or being up near the striker a lot more, which has given the box-to-box a lot more space to operate, and he's been getting a lot more involved. So, quick start here, hopefully. First minute we get a highlight. But unfortunately, one of our trusty corners doesn't go in. But it's good to see that we're on the front foot at the start with 2 corners already. Leicester here playing a 3-4-3 is what I was trying to say. But with the wing backs, a system that I can't. Oh, it's 1-0 to us. Massive throw in from Chambers, hits Callum Wilson in the box, and he heads the ball in, and that's a great start from us and exactly what we needed. So the size of this throw goes right across and into the 6-yard box. Brilliant throw in, and we'll take those. Another set piece for us. I'll say, 3-4-3, not really a system that Brendan Rodgers ever really deploys. Normally he would run a 3-5-2, or if he's going to play with wingers, he would go with a 4-2-3-1. But I didn't see. Potentially Rodgers isn't the manager anymore. But they've got a good side for it, though I would say that with Tielemans and Maddison in centre midfield, they don't really have that kind of solidity in midfield. Hopefully we can look to exploit that. Though in defence they're very strong. I have looked at Fofana myself and was tempted to try and buy him, but he's one of the best defenders in the game this year, and he's very difficult to prize away from Leicester. They want a lot of money. So, nearly half-time here, and nothing really to speak about other than our goal. That is until this highlight here as Evans comes in. Oh, spoke too soon. Let's see what the VAR decision is. And it's been awarded, I spoke too soon, thinking it was going to go into half-time. Ball played in here by Adnan Januzaj. Evans wins the header at the near post and flicks it on. And it's tapped in by Harvey Barnes at the far post, and that is not what we wanted. We've had too many draws, as I said, and after doing well enough at the start of the first half, we then threw it away. And I'm going to tell them I'm not happy because they're really not playing very well. I've recently knocked the tempo down a little bit, so I'm going to push it back up again because we're just playing too slow and not creating enough. Hopefully we can patch this up in the second half. 52 minutes then, and highlight looks like it should be for us. Olmo dropping deep as he likes to, and Chambers running at the byline. So Maximan and Willock playing, and Willock flicks a first-time ball in towards Lewis, who can't quite get there. But you saw there a good example of Olmo dropping deep and Willock filling the gap, which is really dangerous. And Rice there hitting a good long shot that looked like it was bending in, but a good save from, I think it was Schmeichel in the Leicester goal. Olmo here taking a corner. We do win the header, but headed it wide. Still moving on, and not a lot happening. Though Olmo flicks the ball in here. Koundé wins the header, and it looks like it might have come off just gone over the crossbar. Looks like Leicester aren't actually running Schmeichel in goal. They've got Danny Ward in there for this game. I don't know if Schmeichel has an injury or if they've decided to rotate him in, though still a good goalie as Wales' #1 international goalie. Going to make a change here as we're not playing very well. I said at the start I hoped St Max would be able to come in and inject some ability in for us, but he really hasn't been very good. So I'm going to put Fraser in there. I've also been using Jamal Lewis as my left winger. I'm going to stick with that for now because I don't really have any options on the bench. Both Edwards and Neres are both out for this game. I didn't mention at the beginning, so that could be part of where our creativity issues are lying here in that we don't have a designated left winger, and we do score a lot of goals from that area. I should maybe have tried Grimaldo there and put Lewis at left back, seeing as Grimaldo's been pretty poor at left back. They're saying that Lewis gets the ball and threads it through to Callum Wilson, who looks like he's going to hit the byline, turns and spins round, plays the ball to Olmo, who looks like he might have hit it off the defender or the defender tackled it through, but either way it fell to Fraser, and straight after the sub he scores the goal. Put that down to managerial genius there, I think. But yeah, brilliant stuff. That's us 2-1 up. It's not been our most exciting game, but a win's a win. If we can make it 3 here, that would be happy days, as Niakate wins the header. And if Fraser got an assist as well, that would have been brilliant. But unfortunately not. It looks like it's squeaky bum time coming into the last 5 to 10 minutes. Nothing more seems to happen. Leicester have now switched to a 4-4-2 with Albrighton on the left. So it doesn't seem to have added any impetus to their play, as we do clutch out and hold the win. A brilliant win that was very, very much needed from us. So happy days, and I'm going to tell them as such that I'm pleased. But we're not the most consistent, so I'm going to add that in there as well. And on that note, that's the end of this episode. And I'll have a fiddle around ready for the next game, and I'll catch you in the next episode. If you haven't done so already, please have a look into liking the video, subscribing, maybe leave me a comment, as it really helps draw attention to this series. Thank you very much.